Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic:
what small upgrade made a huge difference at your house? Soft close cabinets and toilet seats. We have a soft close toilet seat at our home, and every time I'm at a hotel, I completely forget that they aren't usually soft close, and the slam startles me tears of joy. Like, why is that an extra feature? All toilet seats should be soft close. King-sized bed. Probably the best investment you can make for your marriage. You can cuddle in the center or build a pillow wall 2 layers thick tongue out. And maybe a necessity if they have kids. One other thing is separate blankets for your spouse and you. Even when the kids come in bed with us, they best be bringing their own blankets. Everyone gets to have their own preferred blankets type, and no one is stealing someone else's blanket. Look at you with a room big enough for a king. I read this in Drive. Zoidberg's voice. A better shower. If you can't redo the whole bathroom, just replace the head. This also works if you rent. Just keep the old one in a box, so you can bring the nice one to your next house. I'm a renter and I finally installed a better shower head this year, after just using the default head in all my apartments for almost 20 years. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Honestly, even a $30 to $50 one on Amazon can be amazing. I have one I got near 5 years ago and still is super nice. Fake brass exterior. Still very shiny though, and good pressure. And a curved shower curtain rod. You get so much more arm space. I have a curved shower curtain rod at my new apartment and it is much better. It feels bigger and the shower liner doesn't ever touch my arm. Replaced dated lighting fixtures. Fixtures are now properly grounded. The interior looks more updated. And there is more, better light. Lighting can absolutely make a huge difference in the way you feel in your room. Get some shoulder height when you are sitting. Lamps for your living room. You will notice a shift in how much more relaxed you feel when you use those instead of the overheads. I've got a theory: humans like warmer lights below shoulder level at night as a leftover biological preference from when we had to sit around campfires in the evening. Can you come talk to my brother? He's in his room gaming until 2 a.m. with only the overhead on. The hue adjusting light bulbs tuned to somewhere between doctor's office and call center. After living here for 35 years, we had all the windows in the house replaced 5 months ago. The house is so much more comfortable and quiet. It was expensive, but worth it. I cannot wait to get new windows and sliding doors. We replaced all the windows over 4 summers. The final one was the large bay window in our front family room. Suddenly we hear 0 road traffic and it feels like our place is in the country. Amazing how much difference it makes. Saves me on average $75 a month in heating and cooling costs. So much more quiet, and I can actually open the windows when needed. Blackout curtains for sleeping. Such a game changer. And they keeps my bedroom cooler. Insulated blackout curtains make a 10x difference in my living room on hot days. Spending a day mounting my artwork. It felt so much more like my home after that. Every time I've moved, I put that off for way too long. Then finally break down and do it, and the house feels so much better to be in. Motion activated light switch for the laundry room. Never have to worry about turning off the light when leaving with an armful of clothing. Mine is in the garage where second refrigerator is. Where the beer is. Lost my neighbors. Everything got instantly better around me. So lucky. If mine would move, it would make my neighborhood so much better. Attic heat exhaust fan. Our attic used to get up to 140 F on the hottest days. And on those days our ceilings were hot to the touch. The whole house was consequently uncomfortable. Now the attic fan is thermostatically controlled to 90 degrees, and the whole house is cooler. I added a passive whirly bird that does the same thing. Heat rises and escapes before it can accumulate to those extreme levels. It also happens to be clear acrylic, so now there's always light up there too, which helps keep away any vermin. Tushy bidet. Bidet is the answer. I can't believe so many people walk around with unwashed heinies. I voted for him, too. I get mad when I have to use a different toilet now. I'm truly converted. The worst part of owning a bidet is going on vacation. A proper mesh Wi-Fi network. It used to be so annoying to lose signal in some parts of the house. Can you go into further detail? I've heard of it but don't know the first thing. Can you go into further detail? I've heard of it but don't know the first thing. Not who you asked, but I went down the rabbit hole of mesh Wi-Fi a couple years back. Sharing my experience. My internet was running slow. So I requested a technician from my internet service provider, ISP, to check it out. He inspected my setup and said the bottleneck was my ancient Wi-Fi router I bought ages ago. He taught me to use SpeedTestNet and FastCalm to check Wi-Fi speeds around my house using my phone. He said I was paying for like 50 MPBs on my internet plan and only getting 5 to 15 megabits per second because my router was too old. The technician recommended getting a mesh Wi-Fi setup, where you have multiple satellite routers spread throughout your house to carry a stronger Faster Wi-Fi signal. I did my research and found it's good to have a tri-band Wi-Fi mesh setup. The first 2 bands are for your devices to connect to Wi-Fi. The third band is a backhaul band for the router and satellites to communicate with each other. So I asked around my tech-savvy friends on Facebook and they almost unanimously recommended getting a Netgear Orbi mesh Wi-Fi. I think 2 devices, 1 router and 1 satellite, are big enough for most houses. Depends on how strong the device's coverage is and how large your property is. I decided to splurge on a 3-device setup, 1 router and 2 satellites, so I could have 1 satellite on the second floor of my house. The way the Wi-Fi companies make money is to get you to subscribe for other services like security, parental monitoring and controls, etc. If you have kids and want to be able to monitor usage, set online curfews to cut off Wi-Fi at certain times, block harmful websites, etc. Look for a brand that includes those features out of the box and not charge a subscription for. Back when I was shopping around, TP-Link's products offered those extra services included. The one holdout vote among my tech friends recommended TP-Link. Since I don't have kids and prioritized speed, I went with the Netgear Orbi RBK753. Most mesh Wi-Fi products have their own mobile app that will guide you step by step through the setup process. I'm not great at that technical stuff, but it went smoothly for me when I was watching how-to videos on YouTube on setting up mesh Wi-Fi. One great tip I got from a video was to initially turn on the router and satellites together in the same room, so it's easier for the satellites to find and connect to the main router. After they're wirelessly connected, you can move the satellites to different parts of your house to get the widest coverage of Wi-Fi signal. Right away there was a big change after I installed the Netgear Orbi. When I went around the house checking internet speed tests on my phone, I was consistently getting 50 megabits per second or close to it. To be fair, the Orbi didn't make my internet faster. I wasn't getting a faster speed than my internet plan specified. The Orbi enabled me to get the full speed I was paying for. I don't have the fastest speed, but getting mesh Wi-Fi has made my internet and streaming TV experience much more enjoyable. I've noticed once in a while the router will start rebooting frequently. Often it means having to log into the Netgear website and update the firmware. Be careful and check what users say in the support forums first. Sometimes the updates hurt more than help. Black Friday can be a good time to buy. At the time I bought mine, Netgear had a 10% discount for Black Friday and another 10% off if you subscribed to their email newsletter. I was able to stack those discounts and save a bit of money. Costco had the best pricing during Black Friday, though. Hope this helps.